going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other day, a brand new update dropped for XDefiant, which I gotta be real with you guys, is really freaking solid. Now, I do want to thank each and every one of you guys who tuned into the live stream the other day to hang out with me while I checked out the new content that dropped into XDefiant. I really appreciate it. And of course, if you guys want to check out the live stream today, I will be live again over on Twitch, probably starting around 12 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, you can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But just to quickly summarize all the major points of the most recent update, basically we got a brand new map, we got a readjustment to the actual XP we get for our weapons, and we also got a few Highwaymen adjustments as well for the faction, because apparently it was still crashing games, and it's no longer crashing games. I will say I am sad they didn't touch upon the Highwaymen ult, which apparently was nerfed. I don't know if they buffed it back, but they didn't mention it back in the notes, so I have no clue if they buffed it or not. But I'm assuming it's still busted and broken. But for those who don't know, the Highwaymen ult, the saw launcher, whatever you want to call it, it's really bad right now. It does not connect at all. Now, I did get a couple of good clips, which kind of makes me question if it's working now or not. But again, I didn't see it in the patch notes, so I'm just assuming it was never resolved. I hope they fix it up in the future. But honestly, pushing that aside, overall, this was an extremely good update. And I was really shocked with just the outcome of how many people were interested to see what is going on with this update. I'll be real with you guys. Every single time a brand new map comes out for XDefiant, there's not much hype behind it, Usually when XDefiant gets a lot of people coming in to check out, the new event or new content or whatever it is usually around a brand new season. That's when I see a bunch of people tuning into streams, checking out YouTube content, so on and so forth, is when a brand new season comes out. But every single time a new map dropped, it didn't really bring people in. Yeah, some people were interested, but more so the hardcore XDefiant audience. But this time around, ladies and gentlemen, I was absolutely blown away. We got a brand new map called Signal, as you can see right in this footage here, which is a linear map made for escort and zone control. Once again, probably the least popular modes within XDefiant. I'll be real, I enjoy the modes, but I can't lie. Obviously, the most popular modes are the arena modes. Domination, TDM, Occupy, all that good stuff. That's what people usually, tend to play the most. But linear and zone control, although I enjoy it, it's not as popular. And when a new map drops for the linear mode, it's not as popular either. Not too many people hop on to check it out. But this time around, every single content creator that I saw streaming XDefiant was just blowing up. Double, triple, quadruple their normal viewer count. I mean, for me personally, I can, typically average, 30 to 50 viewers a stream on XDefiant, depending on the day of the week, how early I'm streaming or how late I'm streaming will dictate how many people tune into the stream. We were peaking at close to like 100 viewers. And that's just me. There's other creators pulling almost close to 200 plus viewers during this event, and once again, double, triple, quadruple the amount that they typically pull in. That was very impressive. It was actually so packed that the servers got busted. I don't know if the developers just weren't expecting, this many people to come on through. Because again, like I said, if we go based off of previous knowledge, every time a new map drops, it's not that popping. People will come back, people enjoy it. But it's not like a new season or anything. It's not going to be, a tremendous overload of people trying to get into the servers. This time around, it was a stupid amount of people trying to log in. The servers got, crashed on. We had to wait for them to fix it back up. All the streamers were, like I said, quadruple the amount of people they usually, have up in the chat. It was just absolutely insane to see how poppin' it was the other day within XDefiant. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to talk a little bit deeper about the weapon XP progression. It is just so good here, guys. First and foremost, when they changed the XP rates, it made the grind way more tedious, especially for the casual base that plays this game now. It is on freaking point. And for any casual out there who is thinking or debating about going ahead and starting the camo grind in XDefiant, now is your time, especially now that, escort and zone control gives you a ridiculous amount of XP because, once again, objective XP counts towards weapon XP. For those who don't know, when they put that into the game, the OBJ XP counting towards weapon XP, they also increased the amount of XP required to finish out weapons. So, although they made the grind a bit easier, they also made it harder because now it's taking longer. They reverted that. So now we have the previous, progression on top of being able to convert objective XP to weapon XP. It is popping right now, guys. And also with the level changes, since obviously a lot of people who have grinded out the weapons before, all of this stuff got fixed back around, Oh my goodness. It is so phenomenal to see some of these guns that I've been working on boost up a little bit. Because again, you're supposed to get that XP. You're supposed to be getting a lot more XP than you've been, currently getting. So to see that boost in levels have been just phenomenal to see. And I am begging you, XDefiant developers, please, 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 please do not change this, honestly, again right now. Maybe it depends on what the future holds. We'll see as things pan out. But right now, in its current spot, I don't see one single person angry, salty, anything about these changes. Everybody across the board is happy. Please leave it exactly how it is, and I promise you, people are just going to keep pushing, and they're going to feel encouraged to grind out the camo grind within this game. Then, of course, moving over to the map that we have here, Signal. This is a freaking banger. I am not lying in any way, shape, or form. This is hands down the best linear map within XDefiant. It is phenomenal. Not just because of the vibes, the atmosphere, and how it looks. It's a gorgeous map, and it's great to just even walk through if you're in a private match and just see, how it is. But the flow of the map, the layout, the combat that you have from, spot to spot is so good. Now, of course, I don't know. Maybe it's going to change as time goes on and people start learning better spots, more rotations. But even in the competitive matches I've had on this map, every section of the map feels balanced. Some of the other linear maps have segments that just feel heavily, catered to the offensive side or heavily catered to the defensive side. But this map, it just feels equal across the board. And a lot of it comes down to just gun skill and how you're working together as a team. Not just specifically the map is favoring you, so you're going to just get a massive benefit over the enemy. No, there's a lot of points in the map that could be used to your advantage, but it runs so freaking smooth. If there's one thing, ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing that we can say about XDefiant no matter what, it's that the developers have not missed on a singular map that I could possibly think of. The worst maps might be Mayday and Emporium, but even those maps are nowhere close to being god-awful, unplayable. I can play them still. I still enjoy them. They have enough of a flow. These maps are some of the best maps I've ever touched or had the honor to play in an FPS game. I'm being so serious. I've never seen a better rotation of maps. I know people want them to rush out the content, and I agree, some more content would be nice, but we can't lie. The quality over quantity right now is serious. We might not be getting a lot of quantity, but the quality of every map that gets introduced into this game, I haven't complained yet. I truthfully have not complained. They have been just knocking them out of the park. And again, I really do appreciate that. It's a lot of variety in these maps. They're not just all like Rockefeller and Arena. We've been getting a lot of variety when it comes to size and layouts within the rotation. So, these devs have been killing it. And then, last but not least, the private matches. I know we have been waiting for private matches for a decent amount of time within XDefiant, and we finally went ahead and got them. I know people are probably going to talk so much crap saying, well, that should have been here since day one. It's private matches. I don't care. I am so happy to see these finally introduced, especially as a content creator. Now, for your average player, your casual guy out there, this probably doesn't mean too much. I feel like these private matches will be better when they introduce bots into the mix. But since this is the beta of the private match, it still is missing a few features like spectator mode and, bots and all that stuff. But as a creator, I adore this because I've always wanted to hop into private matches and just goof off. Whether it's pistols only, snipers only, double barrels, use any gun, sweat it out, practice, and just play around with the community regardless. I want to be able to get more people into the rotation because as we all know, when it comes to pub matches, you can only have a 6-stack, and let's be real here, sometimes it just, on some days, if it's not a lot of other 6-stacks on, it becomes kind of abusive, right? It just becomes, a 6-stack, pub stomping a bunch of solo players 24/7, which, can be kind of rough. So the fact that, obviously, the private matches are here, I don't have to take a 6-stack into pub matches anymore, unless, of course, I want to grind my camos, levels, all of the above. But if I just want to sit back and get 12 people into a lobby, 12 people from the community instead of 6 people from the community, we can all sit back and finally play. And we can goof off, enjoy ourselves. Nobody has to take it serious. There's no, rank involved. There's no KD involved, score involved. We're all just having a blast. And again, I did that. I played with the community. We did snipers only, red guns, pistols only. We did like deagles and magnums only. It is just, it's really a good time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm even thinking of doing maybe your side abilities and melee only, just punching one another. That is going to be hilarious too. Of course, if you guys are interested in participating in any of these private matches, again, tune into my stream. I do those over on Twitch, and I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But I am totally stoked about having this introduced into XDefiant, and I'm glad it's finally here, and it runs very smooth. But ladies and gentlemen, that right there is pretty much the whole update for you guys. Of course, there were some, other improvements here and there. I am a tad bit disappointed that the biggest netcode update hasn't come just yet. I thought it was going to be mid-season, which is 2.5 right now, but I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere from now to December when we're going to be getting that big netcode change, which is, going to be massive for XDefiant. But when it comes down to what we got here, the map, the private matches, the change to the XP for weapons, a lot of good things were introduced into XDefiant, and I think that you guys should definitely hop back into the experience and give it a go. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I will be live today over on Twitch starting at around 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, you guys can find a link to my Twitch channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.